So first of all, I want to tell you about the problem is that the UGC issues in India. My youngster and brother and sister and fellow citizens of India. Here I'm Kamlesh and today I'm telling about the UGC problems. You can consider the issue. What exactly matter and why this problem? Actually, the major parts of India that happen and the people's strike against a government of India. How to understand the matter of exactly, and if you do not know about the reality, then you cannot reject of this regulation. My youngster and brother and sister, this demand, actually why this demand that has been raised by of government of India. One of the biggest case in the state of the Gujarat, Maharashtra, the name was Payal Tadvi. She belonged to tribal community and she belonged to tribal community and she was doing their graduation in medical. In medical, the doctors who were harassed him and tortures and many things done by doctors, and she was many times went to police station, but there were not strong support by police stations, and finally she died. She suicided due to harassment on the basis of the caste-based discrimination. This was one of the big cases. Therefore, UGC, Universal Grant Commission, it had been decided to make a big rules to control of caste-based discrimination in India. This case was 2006-12, I think, as per I have recalling. Okay, so this was case in 2012, and there was many people who were part of this regulations. It means one of committee that was made by government of India, and the committees in that committee, all of the people parties group, the people's leaders of India, they were participate and major role of all political parties member. Chairman was Digvijay Singh. So problem is that now finally that is a report has released in 2026, and there are many things which have been mentioned in this report. We don't know about, but that therefore the peoples, some that the peoples and the peoples in that other general categories people, they are believing that it is against of the other general category and it should be reject. Therefore, many parts of India, the peoples has started to protest against of government and demand to reject and stop the policy of Universal Grant Commission Regulation 2026. Finally, Supreme Court, it has decided to stay and said about that whatever regulation that has been made, that it should be not against of any categories of student. And we are all well know about in 2026 we have been totally changes our policy, and if you will be more supporting any caste based discriminations, and it will not it will only focus on particular that caste, it is not justiciable. Therefore the Supreme Court has decided to stay, and it will be new that Supreme Court said about that it should be changed, and it not say something that you should be review that what exactly matter, and whatever rules and regulation made by you, that you have to again review, it means changes what exactly matter, and it should be neutral, not only the impose of the particular category, and it should not misuse of these rules and regulation. Therefore now it may be in March 2026 it will be again um, review of the Supreme Court what the exactly matter. The government has will it will be reply, and it will be changed, and then it may be imposed in India. Therefore this was actual the matter was. Now I have a question to all of my friend, what exactly you think about that issue. Actually I was also part of the college in 2020. At that time my college journey it was very bad, I think, as my personally belief, because I was only alone in scheduled tribe in my college during my graduation, especially civil branch, and the majority of the people who were belong to other caste like OBC and general and like this caste. So actually the problem was that the teachers also were upper caste, so they were telling about that and always try to discriminate with me, and I very faced lot of the problem, because they were telling about me, are you tribal community, you should give up your education and you should be try to do your agriculture. And also they were telling about that when I try to ask something about any scholarship and resolve and applied my form and submit my document in accounted, at that time also, there were many time and they denied to accept documents. They were not exactly telling about that what exactly scheme for getting for benefit for scheduled tribe and scheduled caste. Even one of very reputed professor, but the professor also was telling about me that you should be give up. Even not, I was very weak in English, so majority of the student they were belong to English medium, and they were complete within the everything task they were completed, but I was very weak in English, so I could not complete my task in English. Therefore the professor were telling about that you should give up your education and do your work in agriculture, because you don't have well know about, you don't have how you will be writing, how you will be passing exam. There are lots of things they were doing with me. Yes, this was actual problem, I know. Even not this,